Hey, what's up guys, Nothin But Boom, and today I'm super excited to bring you guys another video. I know it has been a little while since I posted. The last one was the update video, but today we're going ahead and review our first operation, or actually it's not our first, what am I saying? It's I think our fifth operation since the update itself. We've been doing them every day. This one was called Tango. We did first Milk Run, which was way too easy. And then we did one over here called Upper Lip, which was really hard. We only beat 2 of the bases there. And then we went to Charleston, Ticker Tape, and now we're at Tango, which actually you could see we 3-starred as well. Let's go ahead and say hey to YouTube and see what they say. So, everybody actually came on as soon as I came on and said I was doing a video, so let's hope that they will respond. But before that, while they are doing that, let's go ahead. Something Nothin But Boom now. Scrap attacked by Master. So let's go ahead and take a look at that. That was our first attack in the I almost said war. In the operation. So this was Scrap. This was the first one. Actually, we decided to do Tension first because everybody seemed like we wanted to take that out. This was the guy that did first. We hadn't really communicated yet, and he went ahead and attacked, and he kind of just dropped the warriors down. It was really a bad combination, and he only got one machine gun destroyed. So that was a pretty, I guess, less than stellar attack. And then I didn't even mean to attack, but basically I was scouting a map out, and my hand was on the bottom of the screen, and I pressed the button that was there, so I was just like, okay, I guess I can make something out of this. So here we have Tension. This was the one that was we decided to go for first, so I decided let's try to take out the cannons and the boom cannons. So I go ahead, flare to the right, try to get those crates over there, or whatever they're called, to get some extra gumbo energy, and then basically I would go ahead and flare back to the cannons. I think I also wanted to get those rockets, because they were obviously going to be a huge threat to anybody that's coming in there with heavy Zuka. So I went back. I think the person in our clan with at least, or one of the people in our clan with really high level warriors, so I'm basically the one that's always doing these kind of attacks, clearing out defenses for one of the other players. But as you can see, they have enough health to withstand a lot of those rocket salvos, which is, some of the other people that go, their warriors just die in one shot, so it was really disappointing. I go ahead and flare down to the cannon. The smoke definitely could have been better. I go ahead and throw 2 more. But it looks like the warriors, most of them got there safely. Once again, it was really, really sloppy. But basically, I wanted to get rid of those rockets, which I did, and then hopefully some of these cannons. So I go ahead and shock on the boom cannons and the machine gun. These warriors are able to take down that cannon, and I think we're able to take down this cannon as well. I go ahead and throw my last remaining artillery shots into the boom cannon to damage it as much as possible. And it looks like that one warrior was able to clutch that cannon. So now there's only 2 boom cannons for the team left to deal with. So as you can see, the first attack on Tension, and it's significantly less. The defenses, the most harmful defenses, which was the rocket launcher in my opinion, and the operations are down, and the 2 of the cannons are down, and one of the boom cannons has extremely low health. So very, very successful attack. And Tension, as you can see, we are very organized in our attacking. So you have Scrap here, that kind of ruined it. But after Scrap, you have Tension. That only took 4 to get rid of. Then we had Scrap all the way, that was 6. And then we had Excel, which was, I think I counted 9. But as you can see, it's Excel. It's not Scrap, Tension, Excel, Scrap, Tension, Tension, it's Scrap, Excel. It's not mixed like that. It's just all in a row. So we're all planning, once we destroy that base, we move on to the next, and that's how it kind of works in the I almost said guild, in the task force here. So, we are in Wicked Warriors right now. We have 2 spots open. If you guys are above 500 victory points, I know that's not a lot of you, but we really are looking for those higher level players. I think I'm going to go ahead and lower it to 400, but we need you guys to be, over, well, actually, I think I'm going to keep it at 500 because it looks like most of the people are 400 and above, and only 3 of them are above, so that is definitely going to be a differentiating factor. But if you do have above 500, please come and join. We have 2 spots left, but as you can see, we're slowly filtering out the low levels. Once again, don't take it personally, but you know, it's just kind of a thing where we're trying to do it like the highest operations as possible. So, let's go ahead and look at the next tension attack. This was good. And let's see what he did. So, as you can see from my last attack, you have the boom cannon at very low health. He goes ahead and barrages in here 3 times. I don't know if he thought that it was going to do something, but those boom cannons, in case you guys didn't already know, are extremely high level. He comes in here with all heavies and riflemen, which is not a very good attack. I'm just going to tell you guys now in case you want to do it in your operations. It's just not a very good attack to do in operations. It's the boom cannons. Are incredibly high level, and they will one-shot your heavies literally. So once again, it's not a very good choice by him, and it looks like once they get under the smoke, the troops are just going to get pretty much wiped out. So basically, he didn't do anything else than what I left with. So here comes X-Lord. Yeah, he didn't even take out a boom cannon. So here comes X-Lord. He goes ahead and barrages that boom cannon. He wants to go ahead and get rid of that at all costs, so he goes ahead and throws 1 barrage, 2 more artillery on it. Excuse me. And then I believe he comes in with warriors. Yeah, he dropped over here, tries to get all this extra energy, and then I believe he comes back and tries to take out the flamethrower. But it didn't seem like a really useful attack to the guild. Or the task force. I might call it guild, I might call it clan. You guys know what I mean. So, but yeah, it didn't seem like it was really useful. I guess he saved up a barrage to throw on that, on those flamethrowers, and then he tried to take out the flamethrowers, but the warriors weren't really strong enough. They took out one of them, and then they got wrecked by the other one. So, that was it for him. As you can see, it was destroyed by the next person. So obviously Fizza, another great person in our guild, did a really good job. So obviously when we started out, we agreed on tension we were going to go from the left side, as you can see by our planning, because all of the buildings on the left side are almost destroyed. So he comes in with the heavy Zuka, one of our higher level players. So as you can see, the troops do take it down pretty quickly. The heavies are pretty high level. Flares to the boom cannon, immediately shocks bombs the boom cannon. As you can see, it did get the chance to one-shot the heavy there. So don't take my what I say lightly, because they will one-shot your heavies, even though they're not doing double damage to them like tanks. He goes ahead and flare up. All he had to do was take out that boom cannon. Machine gun's going to be nothing without the rockets pummeling him that I took out in the beginning. There really will be not a problem. So the 2 key attacks for tension was mine, taking out the rockets and those cannons in the front. And actually X-Lord took out one of the other boom cannons. Now he's going to be able to just basically walk in here and snipe the HQ. So as you can see, he's going to take down the machine gun. The boom cannons, he's going to shock bomb. Even though they are going to get unshock bombed, they are going to get the heavies. But they're going to be out of range for the Zukas, and they're going to be able to completely snipe the HQ. A little signature smoke on there just to throw it in Hamperman's face. And there you go. So, oh, it looks like we have a competing YouTuber in there. Okay. Let's see. So, tension was destroyed by Fizza. Now we moved on to scrap. We were like, I mean, I originally wanted to do scrap first, because as you can see, it was the lowest level, but everybody was like, okay, I think we can do tension. So we decided to do tension, but then scrap came up. So we went ahead and decided to do scrap. Our plan for this one was to take out the boom cannon on this left side, and I think the one over the lower left here, and then actually the rocket launchers up top too, and then we could pull up tanks right in this area here, and they could completely snipe the HQ. So as you can see, we have to take out those rocket launchers and boom cannons, so we're going to do it one by one, attack by attack, and see what we can do. This one didn't get rid of too many. It did get rid of that one rocket launcher, and then it looks like that second one, but then there was 2 left because the warriors did get pretty destroyed by those rocket launchers and the mortars combined. And so that's okay here. He did do a good job. Here comes Power Surge. He went in with Heavy Zuka. It was a little pointless in my opinion, because he came in, he dropped the things on the troops on the beach, he let them take out the power cells, and his heavies basically got one-shotted by the boom cannon. He shock bombed, but he waited too long to flare, so the Zukas were able to not even take out the boom cannon. They did make it so somebody could one-shot it. So as you can see, the last guy went for those rockets. Now we're going for the boom cannon, and this plan is slowly moving into place. So here comes Kursu. He, or however you pronounce it, he's going to drop the tanks. and I think he played like a little game. So he attacked the flamethrower. He wanted to get a bunch of energy so he can slowly take out that other boom cannon. He actually one-shot in the beginning, the other one. So now we have that one boom cannon down. The 3 steps was to take down the boom cannon, the rockets, and this boom cannon. So step 1 is down. And now he's going to go ahead and try to do step 2. So as you can see, he's slowly throwing the energy that he's getting from these extra buildings onto the boom cannon. And then the mortars, yeah, you're thinking maybe a problem. But we know that we were going to snipe it from here, and we knew that we were going to use tanks to do that. So we figured the tanks are going to have a lot of health anyway. They're going to be able to take out those mortars. So we did not consider those as one of the threats. So he's going to go ahead and flare over. He's going to flare again. He's going to take out all of this extra energy once again. As soon as he gets that artillery shell, he's going to go ahead and throw it on that boom cannon to weaken it as much as possible, because that was the most important thing. As you can see, he just threw another one on it. And he's slowly taking down these buildings. The artillery, I'm sure, are getting very, very expensive at this point, but he's going to go ahead and flare over again. He just threw another artillery on it. The next artillery is going to, I'm sure, take out the boom cannon, and then all we have to do is send in another group of warriors, and they will be able to take out those rocket launchers. So, as you can see, he's going around the back with the flamethrower. He only has 30 seconds left in his attack. This attack, he actually ran out of time, believe it or not. So here he has 2 seconds left, and that was it. So he actually was able to take out that boom cannon. I wasn't on it with that extra artillery shot, which was awesome. So now step 2 is down. Now all we have to do is do step 3, which is take out those rocket launchers. So here comes Looper. He's going to try to take out the rocket launchers, and I believe at least, yeah, so he's going to go ahead and flare the mortar, use the smoke to get them up there. As you can see, the smoke was not well planned, and some of the warriors got very, very highly damaged. Then he's going to go ahead and flare to the rocket launcher, which wasn't a very good decision. He should have flared to that mortar first and not the bottom one, because they had to take a weird path, and they hit 3 of those mines. A lot of them got killed, but it looks like with the amount of warriors he has, he's going to be able to take out at least 1 rocket launcher. So we're just, once again, going step by step. Make sure you go step by step, because you have so many attacks. So there's the first rocket launcher. The rest of the warriors are going to get pummeled by the rocket launchers, but now we only have 1 rocket launcher left. And here comes Daddy with his level 11 warriors, so definitely a lot closer to mine. He's going to go ahead and do the same step. He's going to drop the warriors on the beach. Oh wait, no, he went over here, and then his idea was to take out those, because he knew those would be a problem. A little bit sloppy of a smoke there, but it looks like those were able to take out that rocket launcher anyway. He goes ahead, throws a shock bomb on those boom cannons, so the warriors can try to take those out. But he looks like he's going to be able to take out 2 of those rocket launchers, 3, and then hopefully this 4th one. Boom, there it goes. Now he's going to just take advantage of what he has and go for the boom cannons. This was a very, very successful attack. I did one of these, I think it was 2 attacks ago on Charleston, and it was very, very successful. I took out rocket launchers, boom cannons, snipers, so many that I just kind of kept going around the base and taking them out. So I'm not sure what that artillery was for, but it definitely wasn't the best shot. As you can see, in that he was able to accomplish those 4 rocket launchers and 2 of the boom cannons, which was awesome. So now all we had to do was come in. Here comes Rambo. He is actually the one that takes it down. He is going to throw those artillery shells onto the rocket launcher. Actually, artillery shells were very, very high level, and they were actually able to take down the rocket launcher, which was very, very impressive. It had like 5,000, or I don't even remember, it was like 9,000 health left, so the barrage must have an insane amount of damage, at least his. He's going to go ahead and flare all the way to the corner, like we planned. In the beginning, if you guys remember, I said we were planning to hug the left wall. Machine guns we didn't think of as a problem. The mortars we didn't think of as a problem because they had the medics. The smoking was a little rough, though, because the tanks do move very slow, but it looks like he covered his tracks. And the timers were able to help him out nicely in that situation. So it looks like they were able to get out pretty quickly. It looks like that boom cannon was able to come in range, but we are taking a risk when we didn't take out that boom cannon, because, I mean, we were ideally going to with the warriors, but since Daddy couldn't, we were just kind of on the limb that we had to stay out of range of them. So mortars are being taken out once again. If you guys remember, I said that we are going to plan to take out the mortars with the tanks, so that plan obviously worked very well, and we were able to take out this last mortar with the tanks. Obviously, after that, the tanks are going to want to move forward so they could start sniping the HQ. And the problem with that was that they came in range with the sniper towers. So he goes ahead, he flares over here, which was the plan, to flare them right next to where the mortars were. And it looks like they're out of range there, so he's going to go ahead and be able to take out the HQ. And once again, another base is going to go down due to, very, very good planning. And just flanking for sure. We didn't have to take out the boom cannons, the cannons at all. Those weren't even touched. The machine guns were touched, but the snipers were barely even touched. We just had to flank. That was basically the entirety of the plan. So here comes next. This was the hardest one. It was the level 70 base, and Caleb goes first. And as you can see here, it was pretty rough. I'll say that right now. So basically what happened was we saw the right side covered in mines, covered in rocket launchers, had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 rocket launchers. There's only 3 over here. So basically first what we tried to do was get over to the rockets, but the poor smoke allowed for all of his Zookas to be taken out. And heavy Zooka just is not the strategy to try to flank with. They move way too slow. You need to use warriors if you're trying to take out stuff. So basically it was kind of a fail of an attack. I hate to say it. But he used a double medkit to try to help the heavies out, but it really, he wasn't able to destroy any of those buildings. Actually, wait. No, he was able to get the rocket launchers because he was out of range of the rocket launchers, but then it was just kind of GG there. So, that was the end of Caleb's run. Here comes Envium. I think it was. He, I believe, failed and then left, so I don't even know if I want to show his attack. But as you can see, he dropped the guys down, and he tried to flank over once again. He flared right through the rocket launcher. His guys got completely wrecked. I don't know what he was thinking, but he did leave. I'm actually kind of glad he was gone, because that did not make any sense to me. So here comes Jake S, and here we come in and go ahead and speed it up. But it looks like he's just going to take out some of these pointless buildings and then just throw some barrage. I mean, it is damaging, but it's the machine guns are pretty much going to wipe out his tanks because I believe they were level 1, and he retreats, which is not the right thing to do in an operation because you only have 1 attack. There's really no point in retreating at all. But then here comes Enzo. This was actually in, so as you can see, we basically have nothing done out of like those 4 attacks. So I was feeling pretty bad at this point, but here comes Enzo, which actually, it kind of made sense, even though in the point was we decided we weren't going to attack from the right side. I just think he probably wasn't seeing the messages in the chat. So that once again was kind of pointless because that did not need to affect our plan. But here comes Heavy Zooka once again, and it looks like he's actually going to try to take out the machine guns this time. So he goes ahead, shock bomb, but once again he flares too early, and he goes over there. So at this point I was pretty upset. I was like, this doesn't really make sense. But Extreme Kid comes in, and it looks like he is able to go to the machine guns and take those out. So finally we have somebody doing something smart. Even though he doesn't have smoke, he doesn't need it. If he throws a proper medkit, warriors are going to be able to completely wipe out the machine guns, which they were. And then he goes ahead and flares to the rocket launcher, which was exactly the plan. We needed that gone if we wanted to take out the base. So he goes ahead and use some smoke to save all the warriors he could. And then after the smoke wore off, he could shock bomb those cannons and take out the rocket launcher. So obviously you can see we're doing it step by step. He goes ahead, flares to the cannon, shock bombs them once again. He just wants the warriors to take down as much of the base as they possibly can. So he gets one of them. He throws artillery shots, which was not in between the machine guns, which is fine. And it looks like he was able to take out one of those cannons. So that was actually a productive attack instead of those other ones that were just kind of useless. I felt really bad when the other ones happened, but that's alright. So here we come, tanks. They roll in. Once again, I normally don't like tanks, but they are a really good operation force for flanking and whatnot. But here they come. His goal here was to take out the mortars. The mortars were incredibly strong though against the tanks, and so right after he got through these the buildings, and he went up to the mortars, it was just really, really rough. So as you can see, the mortars basically, they were shooting about 4 shells. So there's 2, there's 1, and then 1 more shot would have killed it. So that's how rough. So watch that. And boom, he goes ahead, shock bombs his own guys. I think he meant to throw a medkit. And then he flares to one of the mortars, which he misses on, right? and they're not able to take out, once again, retreating, which was not smart at all. So, wasn't really a useful attack. And we didn't really need the mortars as part of our plan. So I think this base was not a very good example of our planning. I think that the other bases were definitely a great example of how well we can plan. It was just very well executed. But this one, obviously, this base obviously took a lot more trying. We still had like 30 attacks left, 29 I think it was, so we were fine. But here somebody comes in with a solid attack force, the heavies to take the damage, and the Zookas to do the damage, which actually made sense. So Zookas are shooting. It looks like they're going to be able to take out all of those mortars. And then he goes ahead, flares back, and then flares into those cannons. He wants to take out as many of the cannons as possible because the next person is going to have to get the cannons. And it looks like the Zookas are going to come in, and they're going to be able to do some pretty significant damage on those cannons. The next person is finally going to be able to take it out. Mikkel, he has the heavies, and the medics basically were like, yeah, I think heavies and Zookas are going to be able to overpower 2 cannons. There was only 2 left, so we didn't need to do any more work, and we just decided to go for it. So here comes Mikkel, drops the warriors on the beach with those awesome landing craft, and as you can see, he flares all the way to the right. Great strategy, and then comes in. So he drops a shock bomb right on those 4 defenses, perfectly placed. And then they destroy that first cannon while the shock bomb is still lasting, and then he throws another one, I think. Yeah, so here comes the other one. It misses the cannon, but it looks like the cannon didn't even have a chance to shoot. And it looks like we are going to be able to once again pick off the HQ. Once again, another situation where the boom cannons are in range of the Zookas, or the heavies are in range of the boom cannons, but the Zookas are not, because there's no rocket launchers. Once again, we were able to take the ones out that were a necessity to take out, and it looks like the Zookas are just once again going to be able to pick through. He flares back just in case, but if the boom cannons were able to take out anything, it was medics, and it looks like Excel, the last base, is going to go down. So that's the recap of the operation for you guys. I know it's a little bit longer of a video. Terror actually came the other day. I didn't get to get the chance to defeat all of it because we were, caught up in the whole operations thing. But thank you guys so much for watching. I really hope you're enjoying the channel recently. So many people have been stopping by. I really do appreciate it if you're the first time or if you've been here for, really long time since I started in April. But I really do appreciate it. That's going to be it. And for all things Boom Beach, you guys know what to do. Keep fresh and chill. Nothin But Boom. I'm Matt, and I'll talk to you guys in the next episode.